Hello, everyone. Welcome back to MGSR One in Shot 2021. We are back on stream now with Pythonicus running Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. Take it away, my friend.
Hello, hello. Yeah, as Patchy said, I'm Pythonicus. I haven't been terribly around lately, but I tend to run the PSP games between Portable Ops and Peace Walker. And with me for commentary, I've got my good friend, the best co-op partner I could possibly ask for in Peace Walker, Mini Omega King. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for a great Portable Ops showing.
Heck yeah. So, fun fact, this is actually the first time this game will be shown at GDQ, and both Minnie and I, we are incredibly excited.
Right. Yes, we are.
And I am gonna botch it horribly, but you know it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. So the category we'll be running is New Game Tsuchinoko. We'll get into more of that as we start the run, but if we are ready on time, we will go in 3, 2, 1, go.
So you might be noticing that, hey, where's hard or extreme? Where are those? Well, those are New Game Plus only. So the actual highest rank you can get on New Game, or the highest difficulty you can play for New Game, is normal. And the highest rank for normal is Tsuchinoko, which is very similar to Foxhound in a lot of other MGS speedruns. So starting off here, we're just escaping. We've been captured.
Yeah, like any good game, we start off in prison and have to work our way out.
Yes.
I actually don't know how many games start with a prison escape, but here we are. So yeah, to talk a little bit about Tsuchinoko, it's like Foxhound. No kills, no alerts, no continues. There are a couple of other special to Portable Ops stats that are tracked, namely comrades secured, comrades killed. Now, this is the first game that actually started the kind of base building subset of things in Metal Gear. As such, it's a bit I don't want to say primitive, but it's not quite there yet, as we'll see. But these stats are tracked towards your overall rank, so you do have to be kind of careful about it.
Yeah.
So here we have our kind of our bread and butter for the run, actually. It's simple and affectionately known as the bump roll, which it's kind of as simple as it seems on its head. You bump into a guy, you roll through him. But there's a little bit more that goes into that, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later on.
Yep.
HQ. This is HQ.
So this game runs on a very, very similar engine to MGS3. Not the exact same, but very similar. So there's a lot of techniques that you do in 3 that can also be done here and are also effective here. So
yeah,
we will point those out when we get to them.
So essentially, one of the only things that did not make the migration from the MGS3 engine over is the tactical reload. So we are going to have to keep an eye on everything on that front.
Yeah.
Like, we won't be able to skip any animations or anything. So it's gonna be a little bit clunkier. Which, you know, it's a PSP game. What do you kind of expect, honestly?
Yeah, they changed how the equipment system works, so as in turn, it affects a lot of the techniques that relied on the equipping system.
So, if you're curious about the story, basically, Snake got tossed into jail because he was framed by a renegade Fox unit who have kind of gone off the deep end, more or less. And they captured him. And as Paramedic and Sigint just told us, the U.S. government think we were responsible. So now we've got to clear our name on top of everything else.
So much going on. So despite the fact that this game casually relies heavily on the recruiting of soldiers system, we really won't be doing that all that much. One, it is very slow to recruit people. You have to drag their bodies all the way to the truck, and we'll see the truck in a little bit, as it's generally where we start most missions. But yeah, you have to drag them all the way there for it to count. And even then, we're only actually going to recruit 2 soldiers. Well, through the normal recruiting method. We will get a third, but not that way. Not the same way. And
So
as you can see, the bump roll's powerful.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's kind of going to be our bread and butter throughout most of this. But coming up next is actually something quite tricky, and so
yes, this is hard.
We like to joke that Snake he has both got ESP and telekinetic powers. So there is a guard in the building just ahead of us that we're going to have to collect, and basically we're going to grab him from straight around the corner blind. Let me just sneak up against the wall, grab and toss. He's down for the count.
Yeah, he just kind of gets dragged to your hand. Slides down.
Yeah. There's a couple reasons. So normally the game expects you to go back to the Soviet patrol base, which was the last map we were on. But you can actually go to any of the available maps to recruit your first soldier, which is what we're trying to do here. We choose the supply depot for 2 reasons. One, the guard here is one of the quickest to grab, and also we need that TNT that we just picked up for later.
Yeah.
And this is why we're not going to be picking up too many soldiers, because this right here is our primary method for obtaining them.
Yeah, that takes a little bit. Takes a little bit of time.
So as a bit of a fun fact, there is actually a rank above Tsuchinoko, and I think it's locked to extreme,
Yes.
which is Foxhound. But in order to get that rank, you need to have recruited 100+ soldiers. And no.
Yeah, that takes a little bit of time to do. So in the sake of just keeping things, as close to other highest rank categories, that is the way that we operate under for this game specifically. You could do Foxhound if you really want to, but I don't want to. I don't think anyone does.
I am not entirely sure. I haven't been quite up to date on it, but at one point, Marlon Haight in the community was toying around with making an extreme route. I don't know exactly how far along he's gotten, or if that's still a thing that's happening, but maybe in the future we'll see what comes of that.
Maybe someone will be wacky enough to do it.
So we haven't really spoken about it yet, but we do have the option to take out any of our recruits into the field. And this comes up with another mechanic. So each of your recruits are enemy soldiers that you've, of course, picked up throughout your travels. And each one has a bit of a specific outfit. And if they are in a map with the same outfitted soldiers, they are actively camouflaged against them. Kind of like Hitman, if you want to think about it like that.
Yeah.
So you see that chameleon icon in the top left. That means there's someone in this map with the same dress code.
So here's a cool little trick. This is a fun one.
So similar to the bump roll, what you can do is you can actually bump through a guard, separate a little bit, and then turn around and then grab him. And this is known as the 180 bump grab, which sounds like a skateboarding move. And honestly, it should have been a skateboarding move in snakeboarding. But
should have been. Yeah, we do this so that we don't have to actually drag that soldier all the way back to the truck. We just get an immediate capture.
Yeah. So there is a secondary method for recruiting soldiers, and that's to drag them over to one of your comrades in a box and then call a specific codec frequency. This one is done for free, so we take advantage of that.
Yeah, normally you have to open the menu and then call the number, but since they're just introducing the system, they just do the, like Python said, they do the call for free. You don't have to actually input it. That saves quite a lot of time.
And another note about this map is if you break any of the glass, that's an instant alert, so you have to be very careful because Snake's Thunder Thighs will break that glass.
Even if he doesn't roll through them, he rolled near them. It's enough to shatter them to smithereens.
I've had quite a few Tsuchinoko runs just kind of falter there because I was just a tiny bit too close to that glass and it went poof. So in the story, we're actually trying to find some malaria drugs, as in drugs to cure malaria, for Roy. We are in Central America, and of course, mosquitoes everywhere. So Roy at some point got bitten and contracted malaria, and we're trying to fix that before we can move on with anything else because he's kind of our ad hoc command center, more or less. So we got to keep him up and running. And another note is that is actually Roy Campbell from the rest of the series.
The very same.
So we're just gonna. Oh yeah. Another quick note about the movement is that rolling up ramps is in fact faster, even if it doesn't quite look like it. It is a bit faster.
Yeah, you roll faster up inclines than you do running up them. Like I said, since this is on a similar engine to MGS3, a lot of the speed mechanics that were probably brought up during the MGS3 run you just saw are also in play here in some form. So rolling up the hills being faster, boxing up inclines being faster, stuff like that.
Yeah. And of course, our boy Johnny, Jonathan, he's very spry. He's quite the athlete.
He's a runner. Well, he's not, but
yeah,
he can have that. I think he can have the athlete trait.
I don't think so. Actually, I think he's.
Oh, can he not?
Yeah. So
okay.
there are, in this game, much like Peace Walker, there are careers a soldier can have. Some of them more useful than others. Jonathan will always come with the rescuer, which means he drags people faster. Which is kind of helpful in a casual sense, because you can recruit a whole lot of people a whole lot faster that way.
Yeah.
But, well, you don't need any of that.
Also, that enemy soldier turned to our team very quickly. That's quite fast.
I've been having some decent luck with that, but less luck with spy reports. Which, actually, it's a good time to bring that up, since we just put Jonathan in the spy unit so that we could unlock this mission. Some missions in this game are locked behind sending them out as a spy unit and learning intel throughout the maps. Normally, you can sound up to 4 per area. We only have 2. So there's a fair bit of RNG involved in this.
So the more soldiers you have in one area, the more likely you are to get that spy report as soon as possible. Of course, it's not guaranteed if you have 2 soldiers in there, but it definitely does increase your chances. And similar to the spy reports being random, when a captured soldier joins your team and actually you can place them in different units, is also random when they are your ally.
Yeah, there are, I believe, 4 units. There's the sneaking unit, the spy unit, technical unit, and medical unit, and you can also have them set as kind of like free agents, just in case you want to hold on to someone.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot in this game that we are actually just not paying any attention to because we don't need it.
Yeah. There is actually a lot of interesting stuff in this, but in this run, we just make use of only the really good stuff to kind of breeze through.
There's a whole slew of side missions as well, locked behind the spy unit and just doing specific things. If I was to go back to the comm base and call paramedic again, I could actually spawn a mission, a sequence of events that would spawn a mission to actually recruit paramedic. It's a bunch of stuff like that. So here we are. Now we're up to the point in the game where we actually need the spy reports to come in. Theoretically, it's faster to separate your spies out so that you have a better chance of getting one at least. Oh my word, these spies
this is rough. They're not doing their job.
So I'm advancing the game clock, the game clock about 12 hours from night to day to night, and such, in order to actually get these spy reports, because time needs to have passed. So entering and exiting a mission or waiting out the 12 hours will give you the chance to give these spy reports.
Mm-hmm.
And like we said, it is perfectly random. I think that was Supply Depot, if I'm not wrong. So I'm going to pull Jonathan. Let me double check. Yes, okay, we're good.
Yeah. So currently we need to get across that rail bridge, but there's trucks in the way. So we're going to cause some diversions around the area to get them to redistribute their forces elsewhere.
Yep.
Starting off by blowing up an unrelated truck to the ones on the rail bridge. This is one of the reasons why we need the TNT, but not the only.
Yeah. So the diversionary ops are kind of funny to me because we're running around blowing up mostly targets of opportunity more than targets of importance. And that guy, he does not care. He's not paid enough. Explosion? What explosion?
Not paid enough to care about the exploding truck.
I'm sure he's going to have some stern words from his commanding officer, but I don't know if he cares.
He probably doesn't. So if you are wondering why the soldier did not care about that, when a mission reaches its clear state, you can't be detected or take any damage. And in turn, that causes sounds that you make for soldiers just won't hear them. So that's why placing the TNT and exploding that truck, which instantly completed the mission, didn't cause that soldier to, be concerned about the explosion that just went off like maybe 20 feet from him.
Yeah, sometimes if you're a little bit slower, you can actually get that guy to come investigate you while the cutscene is playing. And sometimes, if you're even really lucky, he'll bump into you.
Yeah,
and
but won't do anything.
Yeah, he'll just bounce, and it's just a funny thing. So we're going to quickly grab this guy, toss him to the ground, dump a TNT into the door, blow the TNT up. That is incredibly strict timing. You have to do that, or else this guy is going to go flying and die.
Yeah, and that will cause us to lose Tsuchinoko.
Yeah. I'm actually
And
really
he can
happy
also
that
cause an alert. Yeah, that was good.
And perfect. Okay, so past the first spy report, it's been pretty good so far. Cannot really complain too much.
It's been pretty solid. First
So
one
our
was
third-
definitely rough, though.
Yo. Yeah, so using all your wait commands, you have 3 of them, and you have to enter and exit a mission to refresh those. Doing that twice is actually kind of really costly in terms of time. So we want to try and see if we can avoid that at any cost, which, I mean, there's not much we can really do, but...
Just have to get lucky.
Yep. So we've blown up a truck, we've blown up an armory. The armory was actually a good call, but the truck is still kind of a mystery. But now we're going to blow up this thing, which we didn't really talk about it, but the Fox unit is in possession of what they're calling the Perfect Soldier, and after every mission, the Perfect Soldier needs to kind of get reset, and this is one of the places where that happens. It's one of his incubation tanks. So taking that out was a big target of opportunity. What am I doing? I don't need to do any of that. So now we can actually cross the rail bridge. And like we said earlier, Snake's kind of got some ESP going on. He knows what's going on better than we do.
Exactly. I
So,
see a pretty cool technique here.
Yeah.
Strat is one of my favorites.
So we're going to equip the Mark 22 here. I have this weird feeling. And then, whoop! So we fire off a warning shot. Hey, look, it's a title drop. Yeah. So that
line.
Yeah, he that gets him out of our way, and if we hug that left wall, he won't even hear us pass because he's too concerned trying to call that in.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're pretty much home free. Just bump roll the last guard in the level and into the objective square.
And we're out of there.
Yeah, we're gonna be visiting the
one
rail.
of my favorite strats.
Yeah, we're gonna be visiting that rail bridge one more time, and it's gonna be another quick trip. All 3 of the rail bridge missions are incredibly fast.
Alright, so the harbor is where there's actually a couple large route deviations that you can do with equipment. So there's a boss later on that we need to take down, and there's two ways to defeat him. You can defeat him either with an RPG, or you can defeat him using this machine gun that's up here, the M63. So the RPG strategy is quite difficult because you're not allowed to miss any rockets, basically. We'll explain it when we actually get to the fight, and you'll kind of be able to see it better. But for that fight, you literally just can't miss shots. Whereas with the M63, missing shots isn't that big of a deal. So it doesn't actually lose too much time. Yeah. And we're actually going right up here to go pick up a favorite in MGS3 engine games, more specifically Big Boss games, actually. The cardboard box. This is, again, as probably mentioned in the MGS3 run earlier, this is very powerful.
Very powerful.
For a lot of different reasons.
Yep. So we could have actually gone to the lower part of the ship there earlier than we did, but we did want that box. And I tend to get comments on like PBs from people who play this game. I know there is a fast method for headshotting folks in Portable Ops, but that one I'm specifically waiting just to set up cycles later on to make it a little bit simpler. So yeah, pretty much the mission was done as soon as we dropped down. We just need to cross over the ship's interior so that we could look at this weirdly covered box. And now we're going to be talking to someone who calls himself Ghost. He's going to explain a bit of what's going on. It's all incomprehensible though, so whatever. This is, I think, the longest. Yeah, this is, I think, the longest codec in the game.
Yeah, that's the longest codec. Or in the run, at least. There might be longer ones.
All right, so now we need to move our spies down to the security base, and it's a good. I tend to like having both of them in the research lab, because that means less menuing to get them all both down to the security base. Just like small optimizations and such like that.
Yeah. And then again, putting both soldiers in there increases the chances of them getting the spy report out sooner, but unfortunately does not guarantee it. But there we go. Only one mission entry is not that bad.
Yeah. I'm actually going to wait for one cycle because it makes this next bit a whole lot easier. The day-night cycle does actually affect the guards in this game. They see less well in the night.
Yeah.
So in some cases, I will be specifically waiting until a nighttime entry into the mission just for that fact. So this mission's fun. Minnie, would you like the honor?
So we need to do quite a lot in this mission. We need to go up to the second floor to grab a very specific item. But as you noticed, we're equipping the box and then running through these guys. So when we do that, they see the box, get concerned about the box, bump into them, and then we lose our box, like it gets unequipped. And then we equip it again, and then because the guard was interrupted while they were staring at the box confused, it resets, and they do that again. So that is basically how we're able to just kind of run straight there without having to really knock anyone out.
The old strat for that mission gave me such an issue for no real reason. It's not a specifically difficult mission, it's very precise if you don't use the box the way we do now.
Yeah.
And so this game, and Peace Walker for that matter, the strats that are found for these games usually happen by complete accident, and then we talk about it and it found to be faster. Like there's gonna be a couple more instances of this, but like there's one notable one that we'll bring up later.
Yes, there is a notable one by me.
And it is absolutely worth shouting out. Minnie, Marlon, and I think the third has changed their name since then, and I don't know what it is, so I don't want to, dead name them. But if you're watching, thank you very much for your work. I do appreciate it. So we need this Mosin Nagant. If you watched MGS3, you know this thing is incredibly powerful, and it'll be very useful, like, immediately.
Yeah.
Almost a really fast cycle. If you can beat that guard downstairs to noticing you while you're climbing the ladder, you know you're on a pretty good pace in this mission.
Yeah. So did that... Oh no, that didn't clear the fence. Never mind. That was a roll to the right. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, so you do have a small bit of control when you're coming out of that little cutscene. And if you roll in a specific way, you can actually roll in a way where you can like keep mashing triangle and actually end up vaulting the gate early, or the railing.
Yeah. It's quite difficult though, because you have to be facing it pretty much dead on after you enter.
Yep.
This is one of the other reasons why we needed TNT, by the way, is you need TNT in order to end this mission. To place it down, it ends. So we have the first boss right here.
Halfway through the game and the first boss, yeah.
Yeah. First boss is Python. Uh-oh. So Python is pretty interesting. We're going to start off the fight by letting him run up to us. He's going to do like a bash attack. I'm going to hit him in the head. That's going to cause him to back up. And then we're going to do some kind of interesting that's exclusive to this game if he starts shooting from far away. Yeah, there he goes. So, for whatever reason, if Snake looks down at the ground while guards are shooting at him from a distance, he just kind of takes no damage for some reason. It's really strange. That was a clutch fight.
Okay, so full disclosure, I've been practicing over the last month offline, and Python has been giving me no end of trouble. So I'm honestly just glad that I got out of there alive. So I'm actually going to wait here. There's a kind of a hidden mechanic, kind of but not really, where if you wait, you actually regain health and stamina. And since I took so much damage, I want to just be safe.
So we got information from Python that, not Python the runner, Python the character in the video game, that there's an official at this airport who will give us some instructions on how to get to the enemy's big base. Their missile silo they've got here. Spoiler, they have a missile silo.
Whoa.
But this is actually one of my favorite stages in the run. There's a lot of cool movement here. We'll be seeing, again, you see the bump roll in pretty much every mission in this run. And again, the box increases your movement speed up inclines.
Yeah, so it runs a little bit slower on flat land, so we want to unequip it as soon as we're done. But yeah, up hills or ramps, this thing is actually kind of blazing fast. Yeah. It's like shockingly fast. Like zoom. So we're going to hug this railing
really fast.
Bump into that guy, roll through, and get behind this pillar real quick, which will allow us to grab this guy without having been seen.
So yeah, that guy that we just bumped into, he's still in the room. He's just looking at the pillar and can't see that we were choking that guy out.
Also, if anyone could actually understand and translate what he actually said, because I'm not sure the subtitles were quite accurate. And again, waiting for health because I'm still spooked.
So it may not look like it, but we are actually going into the second boss of the run, who we'll be fighting multiple times. That is, we will be fighting the Perfect Soldier, which sounds scary, but he really isn't all that scary.
Yeah, the perfect soldier, codenamed Null. We'll find more about him in a little bit. But for now, that doesn't matter. We just gotta go. We gotta go find him and fight him. So, like I said, there is a bit more to the bump roll than just bumping into them and rolling. You do actually have to, in some cases like this one, ladder, snake, there's a... Okay, so... there is actually a bit more nuance to it. Like, you have some control over where they're sent flying. You have to kind of manipulate where they face you when they notice you, in order to send them where you want them to. So that, in that specific case, I had to kind of go out wide and then go back into him and roll away the other way. So this is Null. Turns out he's kind of allergic to rockets. And you may be thinking, hey, Python, this is Tsuchinoko, and Tsuchinoko means you can't kill anybody. Why are you using rockets exactly? And the simplest, shortest answer is because I can. But the real answer is because Null here doesn't actually count as a kill.
Yeah, he doesn't actually die at the end of this fight, so killing him lethally doesn't count as a kill, because he lives this, like, canonically. And yeah, he's very perfect. He's the perfect soldier, as you saw.
Absolutely perfect. There's no flaws in his design whatsoever.
No, he just needs to work on his dodging game. So Snake's been captured.
Yeah,
and we need to find him.
So Null there overcame his allergy in a cutscene, and managed to actually get the drop on Snake a bit. So now it's up to Jonathan to go investigate. Our top man, Jonathan.
Top man. So we need to go find a general. I think he's a general. Some high commanding soldier. We gotta find him, and we're gonna interrogate him, and he's gonna give us the deets on where info of where Snake might be is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's just gonna tell us that Snake is located in this place, but we're like, well, how do we get to that place? And he's like, I'm not saying. That was kind of like paraphrasing, of course.
So there's a bit of a risky strat you can actually take when you drop off of that railing up top. You can actually roll over that railing and grab onto the pipe below. It's kind of a tight window. If you go too far, you fall and you die. Just no other way around it. You fall and you die. And on New Game Plus, we have access to password soldiers, which all have they have the athlete career, which means they run real fast. And if you have athlete on, you can actually bump roll the guard into that roll over the railing, grab the pipe, and move on before anyone's any the wiser.
Mm-hmm.
Without athlete, you actually run into a bit of a snag where the guy up top will actually call in a caution, which causes you to lose a bit of time. Because you can't actually interrogate anyone while someone else is speaking.
So, this mission, as you saw, Campbell said that there doesn't seem to be anything going on here at the moment. And, well, there actually is. So, what we used to do was you would place a spy unit on the rail bridge, and then you get a report that there's a map that leads to where Snake is, like, captured. And you're supposed to, like, let them do that, and then you go into the mission, and it's got a difficult guard pattern, and it's actually there's a lot of guards around, but you notice that everyone was just kind of chillax. The reason is because it's actually always there. You don't have to get the spy report. You can just show up and grab it.
Yep.
And that was figured out because I forgot to put my soldiers in the spy unit, and I just went into the rail bridge, and I was like, oh, that was so easy. Where were the guards that we had planned, like, strategies to get around? Oh, you don't have to do that. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It is so... It's so nice. The current iteration. Yeah, It's just, like I said, laziness and forgetfulness are the two saviors of The portable
Yes,
Rush.
they are.
We have one more instance of that coming up here shortly. In fact, this next mission shortly. As soon as I can get my menus in order. I don't need that anymore. And we head in. So we are coming up to our third boss fight. That's right. 3 boss fights within the, 4 or 5 minutes?
Yeah,
of
they're
each other?
rapid firing them.
Yeah, the mid game is very, very loaded with boss fights. And this one in specific is a bit tricky. There's, ways to deal with that, which I hope to show. But first we got to get to there. So we got a couple of guards that are in our path that we need to take care of, and my aim is all over the place. No. Oh, okay. Is that going to be good enough? Oh, wow, that was good enough.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Okay,
if you're
you're
either...
This is HQ.
So there is a perfect storm of, mediocrity that if you're directly in the middle, you will get spotted every time. But if you're fast enough or slow enough, apparently, you can avoid notice by that guy. So this here is Metal Gear Russia. This is a test unit for the Metal Gear that Fox stole. And the strat used to be that you would run up and plant a bunch of TNT underneath it to take out all 4 legs to start the second phase of the fight. However, I just blew myself up.
Ow.
I remembered something I did in my casual play, which is I was a real dumb kid and didn't really think of using TNT for anything. So I just used the RPG, and this thing has an incredible explosion radius. And we can just kind of aim directly underneath the boss in order to take out these legs.
Yeah, we can hit all the legs like that. And then after you take them all out, next time Rasha lands, it kind of topples over. I don't think it's at that... Yeah, a couple more hits and it'll be at that health.
I think it's there. I think it's there, but she can't do it when she stomps. Oh no, you were right. Teach me to doubt, Minnie.
No, please back up, Rasha.
Okay, that should be good.
Yeah, that should do it.
Really, we just want all 4 legs to be kind of sparking up. Are you still not done? Are you kidding me?
Oh, wow.
Where are you going? Oh, okay, great.
Alright, whatever. So the objective now is to fire a bunch of rockets at these little hatches on the right and left when they open up. You can actually do a lot of damage during this part. As you can see, we're just like tearing through its health bar. Oof. Okay, I think... Oh. Oh, no! I think if you restart, it'll put you back in the fight. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a bit unfortunate with Rasha just deciding to not go into the second phase at all for a while. But we got it this time.
Yeah, Rasha is actually rather tricky. Doesn't like cooperating a lot of the time. Okay, that should...
Yeah, that should be it.
Yeah, all 4 legs are sufficiently broken. I'm just gonna quickly... I don't have time for it, never mind. I was gonna go grab the extra ammo. Okay, I'm gonna go grab the extra ammo.
Oh, you are full. Russia's being a little strange, but that's okay.
I don't know what's going on. Okay.
Uh-oh. So one weird thing about the rocket launcher in this game is that you can do the tactical reload with it that is present in MGS3, but it's very strange. So you have to unequip it in a certain time frame, otherwise you just have to watch the full animation play for some reason. If you don't unequip it fast enough, then you'll just have to sit there and watch Snake reload the rocket launcher. I don't really know why there's like a window for it. I don't think it's like that for any other weapon. But quick reloading is present in the game, it's just nowhere near as effective. Oh, come on.
This has gone terribly sideways in all sorts of manners.
Look at his health.
Okay, there we go.
A little goofy, but we're out. Rosh is gone.
I don't know what was happening anymore. But hey, I dodged several missiles, so I'm kind of happy about that. Okay, so anyway, Johnny died.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. So now we have to send our spies, and thankfully we have his replacement already lined up. So we defeated Python non-lethally, which means he actually comes to our side now. And him being in our team is very important because, like I said, he's actually Johnny's replacement for spy unit and other assorted things we'll need in the near future.
Yeah, he fills the void in our hearts that Johnny's death left.
Yep.
So again, waiting on a spy report to unlock the ravine. So you wouldn't have, or to unlock the mission in the ravine, excuse me.
What is happening?
So you wouldn't know it, but we're actually doing this run on a very specific version of the game. We're playing on the PAL version, the PAL release. And the reason is because there's a couple of reasons. So PAL was released later than all the other ones, so they made some unique changes. One of which is kind of in play, but it's subtle, and the other one is major, and we'll point it out when it happens. But the small one is that when you roll off of ledges, or like fall off a ledge, or actually it's roll. If you roll off a ledge, and there's a grabbable like ledge near you when you roll off, on PAL, Snake will automatically grab it. You don't have to time a triangle press to grab it. On NTSC-U and NTSC-J, you do actually have to time that button press. That'll be shown off here with a rather sketchy looking roll, but...
Oh,
yeah,
that was a bit
one,
too sketchy.
That was a bit too sketchy. That can happen if you're not, like, kind of... Because you need to kind of, like, angle to the left so that you're kind of rolling towards it, but not exactly. And when you do that, the game will just automatically grab the ledge for you, and you don't have to input triangle. But even in that case, if Python had pressed triangle, it wouldn't have grabbed him, because I think you were just not facing it properly at that moment.
There we go.
Yeah, you can see there, it just automatically grabs it.
And yes, that jump is exactly as scary as it seems to be, especially if you are on Tsuchinoko pace. Yeah, no, in a way, it's almost a relief that Rasha killed me, but also I would have liked to shown you, like, true Tsuchinoko and actually get one of...
So this next area, we're going to be spending a lot of time here. The power substation. We'll be here for quite a bit.
Yep. So I'm going to... menu properly. I'm going to remove one of my equipment pieces for this next mission, just for a bit of a safety measure. We're going to be doing a little bit of platforming. Not really, but kind of. We got to climb a ladder up onto that big tower in the middle you see there. Up on top of that ladder, on that platform. Nice. Up on top of that platform is actually a medical kit, or a pack of medical kits. They come in 3s, and I want those. And was I fast enough? I was fast enough. Awesome.
Yep.
What was that?
So there's 2 ways of going about this. If you're perfect with the box, or if you roll up that ramp twice, you set that guard up so that he notices you but doesn't have the opportunity to actually call in an alert.
Yep.
And then we just hop on into this building, and we're actually going to come back here. We don't have what we need just yet. You may have seen that I changed my spies into technical unit instead, and that is coming up. That is for the next mission coming up. We need a time bomb to take care of this.
Yes.
So basically, the way the story goes is that the silo entrance, which we were already at, that's where we fought Null the first time. Nice. The silo entrance actually has a door that leads further into their... What am I doing? Leads further into their base that we need to go and get into. Thing is, it's on a backup generator, and in order to defeat the backup generator, we have to set a time bomb and then book it, really.
Yep.
So back to the power substation. We got our time bomb in hand, and we are rocketing, really, into the end game here.
Yeah, well, this is end game, by the way.
Yeah.
And
So
kind of funny, it does say that spy menu, it does in fact say that work has begun on the time bomb, and that it's finished. Not sure why it says that, but...
Work has begun, by which we mean, hey, there's a time bomb now.
So this guard on the roof here is kind of funny. So we let her see us, and then wait a second. And then she starts walking, but clearly she's not walking in the direction that we were facing. So it turns out that the fastest route for her to get to where we're standing, because it's not that she wants to get near enough to see better, it's that the game wants to get her right to where we are. And it turns out the fastest way for her to do that is to go inside the building, go all the way down, exit from the back, walk all the way around, and then check the ladder. Guards can't climb ladders, and then she turns around and goes back up. So if we waited up there, she would make a large trek around the entire map just to get stopped by a ladder. And here's Null again. He still hasn't gotten over his rocket allergy, unfortunately.
Yep.
He's still very allergic. I think as we all are, though.
Yeah.
I think we're all a little allergic to a rocket launcher.
So I've done a bit of a poor job of it so far, but the actual strat is to blast him backwards all the time. It all depends on where he is in relation to the rocket. So, depending on how good your aim is. Oh, no, you don't. Leave me alone!
Oof.
You know what? I'll take
Ouch.
it.
So, Null actually does have iframes after he gets hit by a rocket launcher. Like, you can't immediately shoot him again. But his iframes wear out after about, I think it's like 2 steps he takes forward. The iframes wear off, and you can just shoot him again.
Yep, 2 steps. 2 steps when walking. And if depending on how far away he is, he might start running at you. So it's just a bit of an adjustment there.
And I think he can, if he's far away, he will dodge your rocket, but you can just shoot the ground and then he can't dodge the splash damage.
Yep. So this mission, oh boy, this mission. This is where Tsuchinoko really...
Yeah.
This is where Tsuchinoko really goes to die. So it's a lot like the first version of this map, except there's different guard placements, and we have to make this jump here.
Very nice, very nice.
Woo!
That is a tricky and fancy roll to get over here faster. Very nice.
Oh my word, that actually went perfectly. So yeah.
Very nice.
It's just totally tight movement throughout that entire mission. Like, you cannot make like too many missteps, or you will just lose. Like, you'll get spotted by the guy at the top of the ramp that I didn't even look at. I'm actually going to do a couple of things here. I'm going to remove our RPG. We no longer need that. That thing has served its purpose. Null's behind us.
Yeah. So this is one of the first stage, or actually this is the stage where one of the big differences on the PAL version shows up. So what you're supposed to do, or what they intended for you to do, is to go into a room and do some more parkour rolling to grab a card key that will let you unlock a door that we're going to pass by that's on Snake's right. But in the PAL version, they changed it so that guards who, it would make sense for them to have access to these areas can just open them by walking near them, because, they already have the key. So what we're going to do is drag this guard over to the door, and he's going to unlock it for us, and then we're going to head on through. That does not work in NTSCU or NTSCJ. And that saves quite a lot of time.
Are you joking? Okay, so...
No.
So calling Ghost here is actually faster if he doesn't respond, because his frequency is closer to the one we need to do to open the door up ahead. In all of my practice runs that I've been doing this last month or so, he's not picked up once. But of course, as soon as I'm in front of a crowd, he's got to say hi. So this mission is a big... It's really a big conglomeration of all of the strats we've used so far, all in one place. So we got the 180 bump grab, we got boxing up ramps, we have distractions, warning shots. We have... Really, it's running the gamut, and it's incredibly tight.
Yeah, this is a very tough stage to get down. It's quite difficult.
So
there is the one of two chaff grenade uses in this run. The other one is also in this same stage. Very nice. That's a tough grab.
Yeah,
that was done super well.
That is the hardest thing in this game, I feel like. Whoa, what?
Whoa! Whoa!
So it had to happen eventually, but that has never happened before.
This thing was a little off axis there.
So that chaff is actually important. There are cameras in this place. And, of course, in order to get past those, we needed the chaff. And for safety, we are going to use the key, which, as you can see, it's no longer in our inventory. We're going to use the key and double back to grab up some more med kits. These are the most easily accessible 3 in the run. There's a few more that I skipped over, but I will usually never skip over these ones, because the final boss is a bit mean, angry, vicious.
Yeah, contrasted by the second to last boss, which is kind of embarrassingly easy, as you are about to witness.
Yep, actually, never mind, it's too late. I said it's too late. I'm just going to wait for health. What you can do is actually put folk in your medical unit, which will improve the amount that you receive for waiting between missions. I was going to do that, but then I decided against it because I had already waited once and whatever. And we're almost at full health anyway. So yeah, we are in what I'm going to generously call a boss rush. It's 2 bosses in a row. Well, 3 if you count the last stage.
Kinda. Boss duet. Alright, so this is Cunningham.
Yep.
This fight is going to start off with just kind of shooting the M63 at him until he kind of explodes and then gets down to our height. And then we're just going to spam the Mark 22 at him.
Oh, he got out of range. So we're going to wait for him to come back up.
So yeah, when he's up here, you can technically hit him with the Mark 22, but it's very difficult. So instead, we're just going to shoot him and wait until he goes down like that. So the RPG strategy for this is very similar to what we're doing now. I think it's 1 or 2 rockets that you have to fire at him to get him to go down, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I don't either.
Yeah, but the issue with the RPG strategy, because it does work, The problem is that if you run out of rockets, because you're not going to be bringing ammo in here because you just won't have the room for it, you need other things. If you miss a shot, you have to exit the mission because you just don't have enough to take him out. You won't be able to knock him down anymore. So it's faster than what we're doing here, but this one is much safer. That was a very good Cunningham.
Yeah, it was. So something that should probably be touched upon is that normally the Mark 22, you have to, rechamber another round into it. But Marlon actually found a nice workaround is that if there's something that's an RPG, if there's something obscuring your aim while you're auto aiming at a boss, it'll actually skip that animation entirely.
Yeah. That's why he was crouching in front of the fence right there. I forgot to bring that up, my bad. I'm glad you did so.
That's all good.
Alright, so this is the final boss. I don't remember when time is. When is time?
Time is on the last hit.
On the last hit? Okay. That was for Apache. It's on the last hit. We're starting off the fight here. Gene is using his magical voice powers to trash talk us. We're not falling for it. We're going to shoot him. He's also a wizard with knives, so we need to watch out for that. So Gene, if you shoot at him at the front, unless he's doing like very specific things, he will just kind of dodge out of the way. You can also hit him during the windup of his knife throw. What we're looking for is that dash attack. When he does that and whiffs it, he kind of is vulnerable, and we're going to use that time to shoot him in the back of the head with the Mosin Nagant. Oh wow!
That's an interesting input drop.
How did you not get hit by the first knife throw? Okay.
Come on, inputs, please.
There we go. Come on, PSTV, you can do it. So at around around half stamina / half health, depending on whether you're doing it lethally, non-lethally. He will eventually do a second trash talk phase. I don't actually remember what he's doing. I know he's just talking, but he's got some like magic way with words. Yeah, here it is. And we just shoot him a couple times and he stops eventually. So again, during the windup of his knife throw, he is vulnerable. And during that dash, he's also vulnerable. Or no, when he ends the dash, he's vulnerable, not during it.
Alright, so get ready with time.
Yeah, time's coming up soon.
After this dash. And 3, 2, 1, and time.
Time.
So yeah, thank you. That was Portable Ops, and that was actually one of my best runs in the last couple of months. That was what, 2 deaths, no alerts.
Yeah, 2 deaths, no alerts. Very nice.
Yeah, a lot of that may have looked easy, and I promise, once you get used to it, it gets easier. But it's not. It's not very kind for new players. You're constantly fighting PSP controls and input drops and all sorts of things. However, if you can get past all of that, very highly recommend this run. It is super quick. It is super, like, once you start getting into it and start getting the feeling of it, oh, it's so good.
Yeah, this run is great.
But, yeah, I think we said more or less everything we need to say. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you join everyone here for the GDQ coming up next week. Super exciting stuff. And yeah, thank you, Minnie. Anything you'd like to add?
Go play Portable Ops, everyone. It's fun.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's been us. So thank you all again, and hope you guys enjoy Blue Metal coming up with some Metal Wolf Chaos and Nier Automata.
Thanks very much, Python, for that fantastic run, and great comms as well, Minnie. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. We've got everyone's favourite metal game, Metal Wolf Chaos XD. by Blue Metal, who's everyone's favourite metal as well. Double metal, more metal, coming up really soon. Thanks, guys.